I gazed at the custom-made welcome baby banner, wondering if the rose gold lettering had been a misstep. Olivia had always favored understated elegance, but Mother, in her infinite wisdom, now championed extravagance in all things. The party planner's invoice in my hand served as a stark reminder of why I should have politely declined to orchestrate this entire affair. I'm Clara, and for the past 15 years I've been diligently attempting to debunk the myth that career success and family devotion are mutually exclusive. Spoiler alert, my mother remains unconvinced. "Caterers are here, Ms. Clara," Maya announced, appearing at my side, clipboard in hand. "They're running 20 minutes behind schedule, naturally." I glanced at my watch and saw another work email clamoring for my attention, but it could wait. "Did you confirm the floral arrangements?" "All set. But your mom called again. She's proposing a seating chart revision. Wants Lily's college friends moved closer to the front." I closed my eyes, inhaling deeply. It was the seating chart we'd finalized 3 days prior. The one she'd approved. Maya gently squeezed my shoulder. "Want me to handle it?" "No, I'll manage," I sighed, retrieving my phone and dialing. "Clara, darling." Mother's voice dripped with saccharine sweetness. "I was just thinking about the seating. Mother, it's simply not feasible to alter it now. Place cards are already printed, tables are already set, and Lily specifically requested." "Lily approved the arrangement last week, yes, I recall." Her tone was dismissive. I watched as venue staff meticulously positioned crystal centerpieces. "Remember the family dinner, Mother?" "Oh, you mean the dinner you abandoned prematurely for that all-important conference call?" There it was. Eleanor Vance's signature guilt trip. That call secured the Thompson account. I stated, "The account that's partially funding this elaborate shower you're currently attempting to micromanage." Always with the work, Clara, isn't it? Your sister is having a baby. Would it truly pain you to prioritize family for once? The venue manager waved frantically from across the room. "Mother, I must go. The seating remains as is." I disconnected before she could respond. "Is there any problem?" Maya inquired. "Just the usual maternal theatrics," I replied. "Now, what fresh hell awaits? Dessert table lighting isn't ethereal enough, apparently." Maya deadpanned. Our manager's on the verge of a meltdown. As we walked towards the escalating drama, my phone vibrated. It was Lily's text. "Mom says you're being difficult about seating. Can't you just help make my day perfect?" Perfect. The word echoed with bitter irony. Perfect. Like the straight A's that were never quite good enough. Perfect. Like the promotion that meant nothing because it coincided with Sunday dinner. Perfect. Like this extravagant $40,000 baby shower that still, somehow, fell short of expectations. "The lighting is fine," I stated firmly to the frazzled manager. "If necessary, we can adjust camera settings for the photos." My phone buzzed again. This time it was Mr. Davis, the family lawyer. "Clara, your mother's on my other line regarding the venue contract. Something about last-minute alterations." I pinched the bridge of my nose. "Inform her any modifications at this juncture incur significant additional charges." "She insists money is no object." "Of course," I muttered. "Not her money, naturally. Just placate her, please. We're mere hours from the event." "Will do. And Clara," Davis paused before adding, "you're handling this remarkably well. Don't let anyone diminish that." The phone was then disconnected, a familiar ache settling in my chest. The same hollow pang from childhood piano recitals and debate championships, from art majors lauded and business degrees dismissed. "Hey!" Maya's voice cut through my reverie. "You all right?" "I'm fine," I lied. Just wondering why I persist in seeking validation from those determined to misunderstand me. "Because you're Clara," Maya stated simply. "You don't surrender, even when logic dictates you should." My phone buzzed. It was a message from Aunt Claire. "Mother's fully mobilized. Prepare for battle, darling. And remember, your worth transcends their approval." I surveyed the impeccably decorated venue, each detail meticulously orchestrated amidst client meetings and project deadlines. In 4 hours, this room would teem with guests, and my sister would have her picture-perfect baby shower. And I, ever the dutiful daughter, would smile, nod, and pretend their barbs don't sting, as always. Because that's what good daughters do, don't they? The baby shower was in full swing when my phone vibrated for the 10th time. A client emergency demanded immediate attention. I slipped behind a decorative screen. "Yes, I understand the urgency," I murmured. "I can review the contract within 20 minutes. "Clara," Mother's voice sliced through the party chatter. "What precisely are you doing sequestered back there?" I terminated the call abruptly. "Just overseeing gift arrangements, Mother. Always tethered to that infernal device," she hissed, grasping my arm and propelling me back into the throng. "Your sister is about to open presents. Surely your precious work can endure a brief delay." Lily, resplendent in an ornate chair I'd specifically sourced, was enthroned amidst a semicircle of fawning guests. Her expectant glow was enhanced by the professional lighting I'd painstakingly arranged, a detail that would go unacknowledged. "There you are." Lily's smile didn't quite reach her eyes. "I was beginning to suspect you'd vanished entirely, just managing a few last-minute details," I offered, taking my seat beside her, aware of Mother hovering nearby. "Details, details." Mother sighed theatrically. "That's all you concern yourself with these days. Numbers and contracts. Neglecting actual family." A ripple of discomfort shifted through the assembled guests. "Shall we proceed with the presents, then?" Lily commenced unwrapping gifts with practiced enthusiasm. I discreetly checked my phone. 3 missed calls from the increasingly frantic client. "Oh, this one's from Clara," Lily announced with forced cheer. My stomach clenched. I'd spent the better part of a week tracking down a vintage silver rattle, an exact replica of the one featured in our grandmother's baby photos. Lily tore through the paper, revealing the velvet box. "Oh, it's nice. Just like Grandma Margaret's," she conceded, her tone lukewarm. "Yes," I interjected quickly. "Remember how Grandma always told us stories about?" Speaking of remembering, Mother cut in. "Does everyone recall when Clara missed Lily's college graduation due to a crucial meeting?" The room fell into an immediate, oppressive silence. Lily's husband, Ben, shifted uncomfortably in his seat, avoiding eye contact. "Mother, that was years ago," I said quietly. "And I flew in the very next day. And now, here we are." "And now, here we are," Mother plowed on relentlessly. "At Lily's baby shower. And she still can't detach herself from that infernal phone for a single hour." "Eleanor," Aunt Claire interjected sharply, a clear warning in her tone, but Mother was impervious to subtle cues. "Does anyone actually know who orchestrated this entire shower?" she demanded of the captive audience. "Mother did," Lily chimed in, her voice thick with tears. "While you were too preoccupied with your important career to be bothered to assist." I stared at her, momentarily speechless. "Lily, I literally planned every—" "Oh, please," she sniffled dismissively. "You wrote a few checks, threw money at it, as you do with everything. But where were you for the actual planning? The late-night calls about color schemes, the menu tastings. I was on those calls, Lily?" My voice rose despite my best efforts. "I meticulously scheduled them around your availability, remember." "Ladies," Ben attempted weakly to intervene, but Mother silenced him with a withering glare. "Your sister is having a baby," Mother announced to the room, her voice trembling with manufactured emotion. "A miracle. A new life. But I suppose that's simply not as significant as whatever pressing matter occupies her on that phone." My phone chose that precise moment to buzz again. The client was now threatening litigation. "I need to take this," I said, rising to my feet. "It is important. More important than family." Lily's voice cracked. "More important than me?" The room was utterly silent, every guest a rapt spectator at my public unraveling. "You know what?" I said, snatching my purse. "Yes, right now this call is more important. Because unlike this shower, which I meticulously planned, painstakingly paid for, and am apparently receiving zero credit for, this call actually matters to people who value my time and my expertise. Gasps rippled through the room. Mother's face deepened to an alarming shade of purple. How dare you? After everything we've done for you, everything you've done for me. I laughed bitterly. Please enlighten me, Mother. Was it the constant criticism? The perpetual comparisons to Lily? The expertly deployed guilt trips? Maya materialized at my elbow. Perhaps we should step outside, Clara, she murmured. No need, I stated. I'm leaving. Enjoy the remainder of the shower, Lily. The venue's paid through 7. Try not to let Mother convince you I ruined this as well. I turned sharply on my heel, striding towards the exit. As I passed Lily, a fresh wave of fury contorted her face. Before I could register her intent, she spat, the saliva landing with sickening wetness on my cheek. The room collectively gasped. I paused for a fraction of a second, then continued walking. Behind me, I heard Mother's theatrical sobs and Lily's hiccuping tears. Just before the doors swung shut, I heard Aunt Claire's voice. Well, Eleanor, I sincerely hope you're finally satisfied. You've truly outdone yourself this time. I reached my car before the tears finally breached. But as I sat there, watching the venue staff begin to dismantle the carefully constructed facade of celebration, a strange sense of calm settled over me. My phone buzzed again, but this time, instead of anxiety, I felt something else entirely resolve. I remained in the driver's seat for precisely 3 minutes, allowing the initial surge of adrenaline to dissipate. My hands had stilled. Davis, it's Clara Vance. About that contingency plan we discussed? The one you were so certain we'd never actually need to implement. He sounded instantly alert. Clara? What in heaven's name has transpired? They finally pushed too far, I stated. Execute Plan B. In its entirety. Clara, he hesitated. Are you absolutely certain? This is drastic. Do they believe I merely write checks, as Lily so eloquently phrased it? Let's illuminate precisely what that entails. I disconnected and immediately dialed Sophia, the venue manager. Sophia, regarding those payment arrangements we previously discussed. Of course, Ms. Vance. Everything is prepared, precisely as requested. Excellent. Implement all changes. Effective immediately. My phone pinged with an incoming text from Maya. Holy Mother of Pearl, they are still going at it. Lily's now weeping about how you abandoned her on her special day. Your mother is holding court, playing the role of martyred queen with Oscar-worthy conviction. I smiled, a genuine smile for the first time in hours, and typed back, give it 20 minutes. The subsequent calls were brisk, efficient, and utterly devastating in their collective impact. The catering company, the bartender, the photographer, the entertainment service. Each conversation was a masterclass in professional detachment and contractual obligation. Everything's in motion, Davis confirmed. Are you truly resolute in this course of action, Clara? They wish to discuss finances, I replied, starting the engine. Let us, then, engage in a comprehensive discussion of finances. I pulled out of the parking space, catching a glimpse of Aunt Claire hurrying out of the venue entrance. She spotted my car and rushed over. I rolled down the window. Aunt Claire, whatever you're envisioning, multiply it by tenfold. Oh, Clara, she sighed. How? Significant is the fallout in there. Mother's elevated it to a full-blown Greek tragedy, naturally. Lily is now convinced I've irrevocably ruined her life. Ben looks as though he's contemplating a strategic relocation to Antarctica. What precisely have you instigated, Clara Vance? Aunt Claire inquired, her eyes narrowed with apprehension and curiosity. Nothing they haven't inadvertently requested, I replied, showing her the relevant emails. You see, Mother always lauded my aptitude with numbers. Time to demonstrate the full extent of that particular skill set. Aunt Claire's eyes widened as she scanned the screen. Oh my God, Clara. This is perfectly legal, isn't it? Impeccably so. Everything is meticulously documented. All contracts, all arrangements, all in my name. I shifted the car into drive. They wish to insinuate I merely throw money around with reckless abandon? Very well. They may now experience the cessation of that particular resource. And where are you headed in the midst of this? Family implosion. The spa, Aunt Claire. I have a massage appointment scheduled. And, I smiled, I did, after all, prepay for it. As I pulled away, I glimpsed the nascent stages of chaos unfolding through the venue's windows. Sophia would be making her announcements imminently. The open bar would suddenly require individual payments. The photographer would be discreetly packing up his equipment. The caterers would, with extreme politeness, cease service. And the bills, the meticulously calculated bills, would be distributed to each guest who had witnessed my humiliation. My phone erupted in notifications, a digital chorus of impending familial meltdown. I connected it to the car's Bluetooth, letting the messages play. Clara, what in God's name is happening? Lily's voice trembled. The venue. They're demanding immediate payment. Delete. Clara Elizabeth Vance, you answer this infernal device immediately. Mother's voice shrieked. Delete. Hey Clara, it's Ben. Look, I know things. Escalated somewhat at the shower, but delete. A text message from Maya. Oh my fucking God! Your mom just attempted to put the entire outstanding balance on her platinum card, and it's declined. Lily's college contingent is staging a mass exodus. This is infinitely superior to Netflix. I pulled into the spa parking lot, feeling lighter than I had in years. The receptionist greeted me with a serene smile. Welcome, Miss Vance. Your private relaxation suite is prepared. Thank you, I replied, handing her my phone. Would you mind holding on to this for me? I'm anticipating a rather robust volume of calls I'd prefer to ignore for the next few hours. Of course, Miss Vance. May I perhaps interest you in our wine list while you unwind? Please do, I murmured, following her towards the promise of blissful oblivion. As I entered the hushed tranquility of the suite, another text message arrived from Davis. Bills are fully distributed. Your mother is now attempting to contact the venue owner directly. Should I run interference? No, I typed back. Let her attempt to navigate that particular labyrinth. Some lessons are most effectively learned through direct, unmediated experience. I changed into the luxurious spa robe, the murmur of artificial waterfalls soothing my frayed nerves. My phone buzzed one final time. Another message from Aunt Claire. Your mother's facial expression upon receipt of the bar tab? Priceless, darling. Worth every penny of this glorious conflagration. But was incinerating the bridge entirely unavoidable? I considered the decades of relentless criticism, the casual diminishment, the perpetual role of familial ATM, all while being berated for insufficient family orientation. Some bridges, I typed back decisively, simply demand combustion to illuminate, perhaps, what lies on the other side of the wreckage. Then, I powered off my phone, ordered a glass of champagne, and prepared to savor every exquisite, guilt-free minute of my thoroughly justified revenge. After all, I had written the check. The massage therapist's skilled hands worked out 15 years of accumulated, family-induced tension from my shoulders, while my phone collected a steadily escalating volume of frantic messages in the locker room. 2 glorious, uninterrupted hours of silence ensued. When I finally emerged, the receptionist greeted me with an expression of mingled sympathy and amusement. Your phone has been quite active, Miss Vance. 37 missed calls and countless messages. I assume none were particularly pleasant. She discreetly handed me the device. The last voicemail, in particular, was rather vociferous. Something about financial terrorism, I believe. I scrolled through the litany of increasingly desperate messages. The final voicemail was from Mother, her voice shrill with panic. Clara Elizabeth Vance. The venue is demanding immediate payment. For everything. Lily's friends. Apparently they were expected to pay for their own drinks. The photographer. He simply left, taking all the photos. The caterers. They packed up all the food. Clara, what in God's name have you done? I deleted it with a serene smile and dialed Maya. You are an absolute legend. She answered immediately, dissolving into laughter. I wish you could have witnessed it firsthand, Clara. Your mother actually attempted to pull the "do you know who I am" card with the venue manager. Sophia simply kept gesturing towards the contracts, prominently displaying your signature. And Lily? I inquired, accepting a glass of cucumber-infused water. She cried, predictably. Her college friends actually bailed, abandoned her mid-meltdown when confronted with the bar tab. Real testament to the enduring bonds of friendship, wouldn't you agree? Indeed, I murmured. Any other casualties? Oh, the designer cupcakes you painstakingly sourced? The ones your mother audibly bragged about arranging to her gaggle of church friends? Packed up and removed from the premises precisely as she was showcasing them. Impeccable timing, really. My phone buzzed with another incoming call. From Davis. Clara Vance speaking. Clara. He stated without preamble. Your mother is now threatening legal action. 4. What, precisely, is her legal grievance? For my temerity in paying for services rendered and subsequently exercising my contractual right to withdraw said services, I replied. Let her grasp at straws. Indeed, he chuckled. The final tally is substantial. Between the remaining venue fees, the bar tab, photographer cancellation penalties, and the catering balance. Approximately $288,000, which of course they are now solely responsible for remitting. And their capacity to remit. Your mother's credit cards are comprehensively maxed out. Lily's too, I gather. Not my concern, I stated, rising to gather my belongings. Franklin, Ben, rather, has actually been surprisingly reasonable. He's offered to negotiate a payment plan. Decline it, I instructed. They wish to handle everything independently, without my interference. Let them now fully embrace the joys of independence. My phone buzzed again. Aunt Claire. You have instigated quite the scandal, darling, she announced. Half the country club will be dissecting this for months to come. Excellent, I replied, stepping out into the cool evening air, feeling remarkably unburdened. Perhaps they'll reconsider inviting Mother to plan their future events. Lily, predictably, is a mess. Claims you've ruined her baby shower and destroyed memories forever. That's infinitely preferable to compared to allowing her to continue ruining the rest of my life, I stated, adding a generously vindictive tip to my spa bill. And Mother? How is Eleanor receiving this? Karmic retribution. Already engaged in frantic outreach to every acquaintance. Desperately soliciting loans. No takers thus far. Apparently her credit history isn't quite as pristine as she pretends. Any regrets, Clara? Aunt Claire inquired, a thread of concern in her amused tone. Only that I neglected to record the entire spectacle for posterity. I confessed. Aunt Claire chuckled. But I did manage to procure a rather evocative photograph of your mother's visage upon presentation of the bar tab. Frame-worthy, truly. My phone illuminated with another text, this one from Ben. Clara, can we speak? Just us? I think. Apologies are long overdue. Interesting timing, I muttered. What will you do now, Clara? Aunt Claire prompted. I slid into my car, adjusting the rearview mirror. The woman reflected back looked different, lighter, freer. Now, Aunt Claire, I am going home. I'm ordering takeout from that new Thai place, and I intend to luxuriate in the silence. They wish to discuss money? They may now discuss it amongst themselves. And tomorrow? Tomorrow I shall return to being the successful career woman they so love to criticize. Only this time, they will possess a more nuanced understanding of precisely what that entails. As I drove home, my phone continued its relentless symphony of messages and calls. Each notification represented a person who had witnessed my public humiliation and was now desperately clamoring for my intervention. Each would remain unanswered. Because sometimes the most potent form of revenge isn't merely achieving parity, it's about teaching people the value of what they consistently took for granted. Monday morning dawned, bringing with it a digital deluge of 53 unread messages and 12 voicemails. I summarily deleted them all and walked into my office as though it were any other day, which it was. My assistant, Olivia, greeted me with coffee and a knowing smile. "Your mother called the office 6 times before 9 a.m., she stated, her tone neutral. "Any other calls of note?" I inquired, accepting the blessed caffeine. "The Thompson contract is officially signed. The merger meeting is confirmed for 2 p.m. And your sister's husband, Ben, he stopped by earlier, requested an urgent business discussion." Olivia handed me a folder. "I informed him you were in meetings for the duration of the day." My office phone illuminated, Eleanor Vance's name flashing across the caller ID. "Your mother again," Olivia murmured. "Let it ring," I instructed, settling into my chair and powering up my computer. Maya burst through the door, radiating barely suppressed glee. "Spill," she demanded. "Everything. How was the spa? Have you yet succumbed to the siren call of social media?" The spa was transformative. I slept soundly. And no, I am assiduously avoiding all forms of digital engagement with the unfolding familial implosion. "Oh, but you really shouldn't," Maya protested, brandishing her phone. "Your mother's church contingent is staging a full-scale meltdown in the community Facebook group. Apparently you have destroyed the sanctity of the baby shower for all eternity." "And Lily?" I inquired as I steeled myself. "Lily has posted a triptych of strategically tear-streaked selfies. The caption reads, 'When your own sister betrays you on your special day.' 3 crying emojis for added emphasis." My phone buzzed. "Aunt Claire, your mother is convening an emergency family meeting this evening," she announced. "She is attempting to rally the troops against you. Best of luck to her," I murmured. "I suspect most of the troops are currently rather heavily indebted to my war chest." "Indeed," Aunt Claire chuckled. "Ben has been making pointed inquiries regarding the business side of things. Interesting timing, considering Lily's rather substantial credit card payment is due today," I noted. "That's not all." Aunt Clara lowered her voice. "Your mother has been calling everyone, desperately attempting to refinance the Vance family homestead." Maya looked up, her eyes wide. "Oh, my God, Clara, Lily's college friends are publicly eviscerating your mother in the comments section of her latest post." The tacky cash bar was the final straw. My office phone illuminated again. "Your sister, this time." Olivia's voice came through the intercom. "Still unavailable, I presume." "Indefinitely," I confirmed. "Eleanor is now threatening to compose a formal letter of complaint to your board of directors regarding your unethical business practices." Aunt Claire sighed. "The board that I currently sit on," I laughed. "The same board that values my unethical ability to consistently close multi-million-dollar deals." "Desperate measures," Aunt Claire murmured. "Excellent," I replied, noting a rapidly accumulating volume of messages from Ben. Perhaps they are beginning to grasp the distinction between being family and being valued solely for one's readily accessible financial contributions. Maya perched on my desk. "Ben has been actively engaging with your professional achievements on LinkedIn. Every single post, transparently attempting to butter you up. Damage control. His law firm's senior partners are avid followers of your professional trajectory." My phone buzzed with another text from Davis. "Lily is now attempting to dispute the venue charges with her credit card company. Predictably, it is not going well. Your mother, yet again," Olivia announced, exasperated. I pressed the intercom button. Olivia, hold all calls, unless they pertain directly to the Thompson merger, and if Ben attempts to, drop by. Again, please inform him my schedule is fully committed through next month. And the emergency family meeting. This evening, Aunt Claire prompted. I have a previously scheduled dinner engagement with prospective clients, I replied, perfectly deadpan. Eleanor is now propagating the narrative that you have turned your back on family in their hour of acute need, Aunt Claire continued. No, I corrected. I have turned my back on being there perpetually underappreciated and consistently financially exploited like a personal bank. There is a rather significant distinction. Maya snorted with laughter. Oh, my God, Clara. Lily's latest social media pronouncement. When money matters more than sacred family bonds, complete with 3 additional crying emojis. Fascinating, I murmured, unmoved. Interesting how family bonds only seem to acquire paramount significance when they require something, specifically, copious amounts of my money. Olivia buzzed through again. Your mother is now holding on all 3 lines. Shall I inform her you've spontaneously developed an acute aversion to all forms of electronic communication? Precisely. And now, I stated, rising to my feet. It is time to engage in actual billable, revenue-generating work. Forward all further, family-related calls directly to voicemail. And for the emergency family meeting, this evening, I added, glancing at Aunt Claire. Inform them I am unavoidably detained, throwing money at my career, my portfolio, Maya, if you please. That, after all, is what I demonstrably excel at. As I strode towards the executive conference room, my phone illuminated with more incoming messages. Ben. Clara, we need to discuss Lily's credit score. It's catastrophic. Delete. Mother. This behavior is utterly unacceptable, Clara. We raised you better than this. Delete. Lily. The bank called regarding the venue payment. Please. We desperately need your help. Delete. Maya caught up with me at the elevator. You know they will persist, Clara. They simply aren't wired to comprehend the concept of no. Let them persist, I replied, stepping into the elevator. They wish to dissect my prioritization of career over family? Very well. They shall now witness precisely what that career provides. And if they actually manage to formulate a genuine apology, then it had better be exceptional. The elevator doors slid shut, effectively sealing off the chaos I was leaving behind. Because this time I held all the leverage, and I intended to wield it with the same ruthless efficiency I applied to every other aspect of my meticulously constructed life. This time, their bills are not going to be paid. The Thompson contract waited upstairs, ready to be finalized, another multi-million-dollar deal that my family would never have appreciated, until now when they desperately needed the money it represented. 3 days of silence turned into a week. My family's desperate attempts at contact grew more creative by the day. Mother even tried sending a singing telegram to my office. You have to admit, that was a bold move, Maya said over lunch. The board got a good laugh. Speaking of bold moves, she slid her phone across the table. Check your aunt's latest update. The photo showed Mother standing outside my childhood home next to a for sale sign. The caption read, sometimes, pride costs more than money. Subtle, I muttered. Ben's been asking around about job openings at other firms. Maya continued. Apparently, his partners aren't thrilled about the baby shower drama reaching their clients. My phone lit up. It was Davis calling. Your mother's here in my office, he said, without preamble, with Lily. And they want to discuss payment plans for the shower expenses. Lily's crying about credit impacts. Not my problem. Clara, he lowered his voice. They're desperate. Your mother's talking about bankruptcy. Funny how money mattered now. A text came through from Aunt Claire. Eleanor's selling her antique collection, the one she always said you weren't refined enough to inherit. Tell them I'm in meetings, I told Davis. They've been here for 3 hours. Then they can leave 3 hours wiser. I ended the call, just as Olivia buzzed my office phone. "Ben's here again. Says it's urgent." For the first time in a week, I hesitated. "Send him in." Ben looked different. Tired, rumpled, less like the polished lawyer who'd watched silently during my humiliation. 2 minutes, I said before he could speak. "Lily's a mess." He remained standing. "Your mother's selling everything. Our credit is shot. I'm probably losing my partnership track. Sounds like consequences. Look." He ran a hand through his hair. "I know we messed up. I should have spoken up at the baby shower. We all took you for granted. That's one way to put it. Lily's having panic attacks about the baby's nursery. We can't get approved for any new credit cards." Still not hearing a point. He pulled out his phone, showing me a photo of Lily curled up on their couch, clearly distraught. "She's your sister, Clara." I stood up. What about when they publicly humiliated me? When they dismissed years of support? When they called me cold and calculating while happily spending my money? We were wrong. "No," I corrected, walking to the window. "You were all comfortable taking and taking while giving nothing but criticism in return." I gestured to the city sprawling beneath us. "How's that working out for you? The baby's due in 4 months." "I'm aware. I canceled the crib delivery yesterday." His phone buzzed. It was Lily calling. He ignored it. "Your mother's house is in pre-foreclosure," he said quietly. "She has options. She could sell her designer handbags or her vacation timeshare. Or maybe call all those, real family, people she loves to compare me to." "Clara, please." "Please what, Ben? Bail them out? Write another check? Go back to being the family ATM they could criticize between withdrawals?" Olivia buzzed again. "Your mother and sister have just arrived in the lobby. Security. Tell security not to let them up." Ben stepped closer. "They're sorry." "No, they're broke. There's a difference." "Then what do you want? What will it take to fix this?" I turned to face him fully. "Fix what? Exactly? The relationship they never valued? The support they took for granted? The success they resented?" His phone buzzed again. It was Mother this time. "You should go," I said. "Sounds like they need you, Clara." "No, they needed my money." And for the first time they were realizing those weren't the same thing. He moved toward the door, then paused. "For what it's worth, I always admired your drive, your success. Lily was jealous, your mother was threatened. And now they're just scared of losing more than money." After he left, I watched through my office window as he joined Mother and Lily in the parking lot. They huddled together, probably plotting their next attempt at reconciliation. My phone buzzed with a text from Aunt Claire. "They're breaking, dear. Question is, are you ready for what happens when they do?" I didn't answer. Instead, I pulled up the baby boutique website where Lily had registered. The silver rattle she'd dismissed sat in my cart, along with every other item on her wish list. One click would solve all their problems. I closed the browser. Some lessons cost more than money, and this one hasn't finished teaching yet. The knock on my apartment door came at 9 p.m., exactly 2 weeks after the baby shower. I knew who it was before I checked the peephole. Lily stood there alone, no makeup, wearing the ratty college sweatshirt she'd always refused to throw away. "You look terrible," I said, opening the door. "Can I come in?" I stepped aside, noting how she cradled her baby bump protectively. She settled on my couch, looking small against the modern furniture she'd once called soulless. "Mom doesn't know I'm here," she said quietly. "Of course she does. She's probably waiting in the car." "No, I mean it." Lily met my eyes. "I took an Uber. Ben's at a partner meeting, trying to save his job." I remained standing. "What do you want, Lily?" "I found the receipts." Her voice cracked. "For the shower. All of them. Mom had thrown them away, but I needed to know." She swallowed hard, tears welling in her eyes. $47,000, she whispered, wiping her eyes. "Not counting the gifts you bought, the ones you spent months picking out. Is this the part where I'm supposed to feel appreciated because you finally looked at the price tag? No." She touched her stomach. This is the part where I tell you. I'm scared. Really scared. We can't afford anything for the baby. My credit cards are maxed. Ben's firm is putting him on probation. Mom's losing the house. Sounds rough. I deserve that. She pulled out her phone. But look at this. Really look. She showed me photos from the shower, before everything fell apart. The details I'd obsessed over were evident in every shot. The custom lighting that made everyone look perfect, the hand-calligraphed place cards, the precisely arranged flowers. You did all this, she whispered. While closing the Thompson deal, while handling the merger, while I complained about you not being there for tastings. Your point. My point is. She struggled to stand, her pregnant belly making it awkward. I was jealous. Always have been. You made everything look so easy. Your career, your success, even throwing the perfect baby shower seemed effortless for you. It wasn't, I said quietly. I know that now. She walked to my window, staring at the city lights. Mom's a mess. She's lost everything. Her status, her credit, her reputation. The country club actually revoked her membership. Tragic. She deserved it. Lily turned back to me. We all did. We treated you like a bank while acting like you weren't good enough for the family. The same family you've been supporting for years. My phone buzzed. It was Aunt Claire. Lily finally made the move. How's it going? Why are you here, Lily? I asked directly. Because I'm having a baby. Her hand rested on her bump. A little girl. And I don't want her growing up thinking it's okay to treat people the way we treated you. I don't want her learning that success should be punished, or that money matters more than honesty. Pretty words. I'm not asking for money. She stepped closer, her eyes pleading. I'm asking for a chance to be a better sister, a better aunt to my daughter. I'm asking if it's too late to start over. And mother. She'll have to figure out her own way back, if there is one. I studied her face. The dark circles under her eyes, the worry lines that hadn't been there before. The silver rattle. I said suddenly, What? The shower gift you dismissed. Do you know why I chose it? She shook her head. Grandma Margaret used it to soothe us both when we were babies. Remember how she'd tell us that story about how it was the only thing that would calm you down during thunderstorms? Lily's eyes filled with tears. I didn't even look at it properly. I was too busy trying to hurt you. Well, it worked. I'm so sorry, Clara. She reached for my hand. For everything. For years of everything. I let her hold my hand for a moment before pulling away. Sorry doesn't fix credit scores. I know. She moved toward the door. But maybe it's a start. As she reached for the handle, I spoke. The rattle's still in my closet. She turned, hope flickering across her face. I'm not saying I forgive you, I continued, my voice softer now. But maybe we can talk about the baby, about starting over, really starting over. Don't make me regret it. She nodded, tears falling freely now. Thank you. After she left, I texted Aunt Claire. Lily just left. She came alone. And maybe there's hope for one bridge not to burn completely. What about Eleanor? I looked at the family photo still sitting on my shelf, taken years ago, when success meant nothing and family meant everything. Some bridges. I typed back. Need to stay in ashes. The silver rattle caught the morning light as my niece's tiny fingers wrapped around it. She had mother's eyes, but thankfully, none of her temperament. She hasn't cried once since you gave it to her, Lily said from the hospital bed. The nurses can't believe it. Grandma Margaret was right. It's a magic rattle. I adjusted the baby's blanket. Magic rattle. Ben entered with coffee, looking more relaxed than he had in months. His firm had kept him on after he'd taken full responsibility for his part in the shower incident. Humility, apparently, went a long way. Your mother's in the lobby, he said quietly. Again, Lily groaned. Did you tell her security's keeping her there? He handed me a cup. Your call, Clara. My phone buzzed. Aunt Claire. Eleanor's making quite a scene downstairs. Something about grandmother's rights. Let her be, I replied. watching my niece drift to sleep. The past 3 months had been a study in consequences. Mother had indeed lost her house, moving into a small apartment that horrified her social circle. Lily and Ben had started marriage counseling, working through the damage that financial stress and family dysfunction had caused. And I had learned to set boundaries. The trust fund is set up, I told Lily, putting my coffee down. But the conditions stand. She nodded. No contact with Mother until she completes therapy. No access to the money without financial counseling first. And we maintain separate holidays. She smiled sadly. No more forced family gatherings. The baby stirred, making those tiny noises that newborns do. Ben took a photo, then showed me his phone. Mother pacing in the lobby, gesturing wildly at hospital staff. She'll never change, Lily said softly. No, I agreed, but we did. My phone lit up with messages from the family group chat I'd never left. Cousin Rachel, Eleanor's posting about being banned from meeting her granddaughter. Uncle Paul, should we tell her that's not how restraining orders work? Aunt Claire, the therapy appointments are paid for. She's choosing not to go. I muted the chat and focused on the baby. She had Lily's nose, Ben's chin, and hopefully none of the family's talent for emotional manipulation. I've been thinking about names, Lily said, adjusting her position. Please tell me you're not considering Eleanor Jr. No. She exchanged looks with Ben. We were thinking of Margaret after Grandma. The rattle clinked softly as the baby moved. She'd like that, I said finally. Lily hesitated. We want you to be her godmother. You sure? I might be too busy with my cold, calculating career. That's why we want you. Ben sat on the bed's edge. Someone needs to teach her that success isn't a character flaw. A commotion outside drew our attention. Mother's voice carried through the door. I demand to see my granddaughter. Security responded quickly. Through the window, we watched them escort her out, her designer knockoff bag swinging wildly as she protested. You know what's sad? Lily cradled little Margaret closer. She could be here right now. All she had to do was get help. Some people prefer their pride to their peace. I picked up the rattle, its silver surface reflecting our small group. But that's not our problem anymore. My phone buzzed one last time. It was Davis. Eleanor's threatening to contest the restraining order again. Let her. I typed back. Some battles aren't worth winning when you've already won the war. Lily touched my arm. Thank you. Not just for the trust fund or the baby stuff. Ben corrected. For giving us a chance to be better. Little Margaret yawned, completely unaware of the family drama swirling around her. She'd grow up knowing a different kind of love, one that didn't come with price tags or conditions. Want to hold her again? Lily asked. I took my niece, feeling her warm weight settle against my chest. The rattle chimed softly as I rocked her. You know, I said, Grandma Margaret used to say something about family, that it's not about who's blood and who isn't. It's about who stays when the money's gone and the masks come off. Sounds wise, Ben said. She was. I watched Margaret's eyes flutter closed. She'd be proud of us, not for the success or the money, but for finally learning what real family means. Outside, Mother's car peeled away from the hospital parking lot, leaving only tire marks and her wounded pride behind. But inside this room with the silver rattle catching sunlight, new beginnings took shape. We had everything we needed. Sometimes the family you choose is better than the family you're born into. And sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's about living well, loving better, and letting go.